Hi, today we're going to be taking an unboxing and how-to review of ACCU Sharp 4-in-1 knife and tool sharpener. Sharpens all types of edges. Fortune product. Aggressive coarse carbon sharpener. All types of steel. Fine slant hones and polishes your edge. Retractable diamond projects for protection sharpener. And kind of like how to use it, so right there. So you can sharpen little fit shirts with it. And if my camera focus, there you go. There's the phone number, VATS, and website. I'll put all those links down below in the description. So let's open it up and see what it actually works on and what products it doesn't quite hold up to. So here it is. It's nice that it actually says like coarse and fine on there. It's a nice little thumb input on here so you can get a good grip on it. Has a nice little hole here so you can put a, which would have to be a really big and fit little keychain on here. More than likely you just want some paracord through here. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run some paracord through here. Oh, and by the way, it also has 3 little rubber feet. Right there, there, and that one there. So when you're holding it down and you sharpen it, it's not going to wobble. I mean, I still feel it wobbling, but not as much as, you know, without the 4 little feet. So what's here, you have your big flat file. And it feels like it should come back all the way and lock into place. Almost like how a pocket knife should, but I don't see anything that will lock in place. Because right back here, I see a little black rubber grip that feels like it should come all the way back and rest. Oh, it does. But you gotta use some force to actually push it back so it will stay in this locked-in position. And when it snaps closed, you can kind of feel it when it gets right about here. There is a little magnet in here which holds it down instead of just, you know, flopping all around like this. So there is a magnet. And here it's our kind of a rounded file, which actually feels a lot better than the flat file. Just, you know, snapping it in place and staying in place. But it does feel weak when you try to push it back into the live position, so do be careful with this one, because it feels like you could just snap it. Like I feel I could almost snap this right now. So that's kind of a disappointment right there. So now that we've seen the tools and how they work, and like, are they easy to flip out? Do they lie in place? Are they magnetic to close? The little feature of the rubber feet. Let's take a look at some of the tools that we're going to be sharpening. I say tools because some of these are not knives. Some of these are, you know, like hatchets and a shovel. So knives, let's get into them. So this one's kind of a little straight edge down here and a tonto point right there. So I guess you could use it, hold it in your left hand and thread back with your right hand. Yeah, it does feel a lot sharper. As you notice, I didn't sharpen this little edge of the point. I only sharpened the big straight edge, and I can already feel that the nut sharpener did its job. And actually, let me get the other piece. What out? There we go. As you know, we always use a little test piece of wood, and we do what we're not supposed to do with knives. Chop wood with them. Stab them, like how you see in those knife infomercial shows, where it's like, get this 5-piece knife set, it's only 4 easy pieces at $39.99. You know, those infomercials, how they just stick their knives right into pieces of wood, and it's like, as most knife collectors know, you don't do that. That dulls the blade. It puts a lot of stress on the blade. It, you know, it's just bad knifemanship, as you could call it. That you just don't stab your blade into a piece of wood, or you know, chop it, or just do it unless you know you have an axe that's or a hatchet that's meant for chopping, or a saw. But you know, you just don't do that. Why I do it? To see if the product actually works. Is the blade actually going to hold a nice edge? You know, because if you're in a survival situation, you're going to be using your knife. If you have a knife, if you have a saw, a hatchet, or an axe, you know, you'll be using that. So, I know a lot of you knife collectors out there will be like, dude, why are you stabbing that piece of wood? That's like totally bad for your knife. I know, but I do it so I can see, does it hold its edge? Is it nice? If you're in a survival situation, this is the only knife you have on you, is it going to work to get you, you know, some kindling, some shavings, to start a fire, or, you know, skin ammo if, you know, you're hunting and this is the only knife that you have on you, camping, whatever. So, does it work on this type of little Tonto blade knife? Yes. Let's actually go for a little hatchet here. A little hatchet action. I forgot I gotta snap the bat one. I'm used to the other hatchet where it has double snaps. So, obviously with a hatchet, or a little hatchet, you are going to be chopping wood. So, actually this feels really dull on this side. On the bat side. The front side, not too sharp. I know you're not supposed to use this to sharpen it. You actually are supposed to flip out the little diamond flat file and sharpen it kind of like this, I believe. I'm not going to, you know, hone it to a perfect edge because of the video for time wise. You know, after I'm done and I post this video, I'm going to go back and sit there and actually sharpen this really good. But for now, just a couple little casts on it, like this. And I already feel that, you know, this is always sharper than when I just took out the little sleeve here. It's always sharper. It's giving me cleaner, nicer cuts. So, let's move on to the other type. And I believe, let's use this one, I believe it is. And now I kind of got it back. There we go. So you can actually see the blend. Okay, this is a good example. You got a nice straight edge right here. Well, it's not completely straight, kind of curves, but you get what I mean. And a serrated edge. So, with this, I guess you could go, you know, like this. Or if you want to, you can actually do this. But we're not going to focus on the serrated. We're going to focus on the serrated edge. So for that, we are actually going to flip tools and use this little rounded file, which is actually meant to get into all these little grooves and teeth over here. So when you're doing these small little teeth, I don't know if my camera can focus because it's kind of reflecting the light. Just use the little point, and when you get into these bitter teeth, just use the bitter part down here. I don't really notice that this one didn't really do much to it. Nope. Didn't really sharpen the serrated edge. Let me go and grab another serrated edge one, which I believe was this one. As this one, you can tell it has a different type of serrated edge. It kind of has a sawtooth edge on here versus this one that has, actual serrated edge. This actually has a sawtooth edge. So let's see if it works in here and how this one works. And right now I feel that it is a lot sharper on this one than with this one. Oh yeah, that's just sawing through like butter. But let's tailor some pocket knives here. I believe I have some that's serrated. Yep, a little combo one. Straight edge and serrated. I thought I had another one here. Let me see if this one. Nope, this is. Oh yeah, this one is serrated and straight edge. I know I have a lot more straight edge ones. And here's a question that I don't know. I'm just gonna put out there. What about these type of little knives? That, once the blade's done, you just go and replace it with a new little utility knife blade. Can you sharpen utility knife blades with this? Let me feel. I believe this edge over here is a lot duller, but we're gonna go with this one. I probably shouldn't be sharpening it with my hand. I probably should put it back in the little handle, which I am, just for safety reasons, because I don't feel like cutting myself. Can't quite tell if it did anything. No. So unfortunately it's not going to sharpen your little utility blades. Once they're done, take them, toss them, get a new one, put it back in here. But for weather knives, it's going to do them. And I said one more tool, so let's get out our little shovel here. And as you can tell, this one also has serrated edge on here. It's not going to go all the way to the point, the back of the point, but it is going to get you somewhat something. So I guess if you do bend these, you do have something to work with. Are you going to use this to, saw into a tree, maybe to take some paracord and make some lashings for holding your tent down if it's kind of windy out? Unfortunately, no. These little serrated edges are horrible. I mean, I don't even know why they had them on this shovel. It's not going to do anything. This little bass spike bit here, I guess it's to be more of a support grip, which I have also heard and seen people, if I unscrew this a bit, kind of have it like this, and kind of use this as a little pit axe. But on the sod products, this little shovel actually is a failure. Let me see if I could get... How did I get the shovel? I ain't dealing with the shovel. It's hard to fold back up, and it doesn't stay in a locked-in position. Oh, I thought this knife was a lot sharper. Oh well. Wow, I thought I almost pulled the tip off for a minute there. And now it doesn't want to lay straight in here. It kind of wants to bend to the side. And it doesn't want to stay completely flat down. It kind of wants to bounce and spring up. So, yeah. Did nothing for that knife. This knife kind of got somewhat of a sharp edge on it. Did nothing for this knife. So, with this product, it is a hit or miss. Sometimes it hits, sometimes it misses. For I think I paid about $5 or $6 for this one. I think this one I paid $6 for. This was one of the higher price ones. I mean, it's still a cheap price for this knife sharpener. Don't get me wrong, but compared to my other knife sharpeners, this one's a little bit more higher price because, I thought, wow, rubber feet. It has a coarse and a fine sharpener. Plus, you're getting a flat blade sharpener. You're also getting a rounded file to file things. I was like, wow, plus, it has a good grip, thumb grip on there, and, a bit hole in here so you could put a good paracord in there. So, you could put it on a little carabiner, with the paracord, attach it to your back pad, throw in like a butt-out bait, one of those type of deals, hunting, camping, maybe even a fishing bait. Like I said, it's also supposed to sharpen fishing hooks. With this, like I said, it's a hit or miss. To me, on most knives that a lot of people's going to be carrying, like pocket knives, for example, it is a miss. For bitter knives, like hunting knives, it is a hit. For like axes and hatchets, I know I didn't have time to show off all the knives that I wanted to, but you kind of get the idea. It's a hit. For like this little shovel here, big miss. It missed like completely. It's like a big red target on the big red side of a barn. You missed the barn. How could you miss the barn? You missed the barn. Whoop! Barn's gone. No, barn's actually still standing. Big miss. So it did nothing to this one at all. But would I recommend it? If you're in a pinch and you want something that you could kind of hold on to, you could find easily, and like I said, mostly for like hunting, camping, where you're going to be probably carrying a hatchet or a little axe or some type of hunting or skinning knife like that. It will work. For other knife collectors who just have like little pocket knives, it's not going to work. So that's why I do this review, to kind of let you know who's this product really designed for, what type of knives that it works on, and blade weapons. I'm sure you could probably sharpen swords with this. Actually, you know what? I want to try it out on my sword. I want to give it a good pace and see if it actually will sharpen this type of a sword. I know it's kind of bad to get all on camera. Let's go ahead. And I am being stupid. I am grabbing the blade part. I know that, but I know my knife, not knife, I know my sword, and it's not sharp, except for obviously the pointy part. But I just want to kind of put it through its paces here. So if some of you sword collectors are saying, wow, is this going to sharpen my sword? Actually it kind of did. Let me throw out the two little files here, if I could get back here and grab them again. And for these little gut hooks, no, it's not going to do anything for those gut hooks. So if you have a knife that has a gut hook on it, I'm going to say that it's probably not going to sharpen up your gut hook for, you know, when you're gutting animals and skinning. The little flat file here, it actually seemed like it dulled my blade. So, just the weather two, coarse and fine. And I'm actually doing it upside down now, just because of how the blade is, and I kind of needed to grip it a certain way because I got the back of the handle kind of to my side. And yeah, it actually sharpens. So technically, I guess if you have big swords, it will sharpen swords. Let me grab one of my other big swords here. And this one comes down to a point, and as you can tell, it does have these little points on here. So with these, I'll just use the file on that. Yeah, it seemed like it did some sharpening. Not too much. Yeah, so on this sword, the fire works best.